Alright, hello. Welcome to the Path of Pain percent race today. Keen for this should be good.
Hello, hello.
So we've got April running against VLS in the losers bracket. Should be a pretty good race. They have they're both at a PB of above an hour, with VLS at a 1 hour and 4 minutes or so, and April at a 1:27. But what's interesting is that April has only run Path of Pain percent like 3 times, I believe, and improved by, I think, 20 minutes in his last run. So we might be ready to see some really good time saves, which will be cool.
Yeah.
I think the runners are just getting ready. Once we've got the okay for both of them, I will start the countdown. Got Shy in chat saying upside down comms.
Yeah, we do have upside down
And
comms
Rix
for you
as
guys.
well. And Rix as well saying that, yes. Good morning from the upside down. Should be going today. All right, we're just waiting for a confirmation from April. And then we're good to go. April quickly changing his language to Mandarin, as one should. Gives us a faster time because the text is faster. All right. Right, countdown has started in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the races should be starting any second. We obviously have a little bit of delay in our stream, but ready to start. So for anyone who doesn't know, Path of Pain percent is a category where you have to beat the Path of Pain as quickly as possible, but you do it from a fresh save file. And so it makes for some really interesting routing, because we have to do most of kind of, I guess, the true ending things. Like, we need to collect a lot of essence and things like that. But because we don't actually need to get actual true ending, our essence routing is very different to the true ending route. And so we get to see some really cool fights, and also some things like Whispering Roots and stuff that we don't normally get to see in a lot of other runs.
Yeah, the essence route's really cool because it was decided that Mamu's not worth it because we don't need upper Queen's Gardens at all. So we kind of wait to replace it with Whispering Roots.
Yeah, which yeah, is super fun to see, because I think the only other category that I can remember that you do much with Whispering Roots would be the one where you get all Whispering Roots.
Yeah, yeah.
So yeah, but that's good fun. And also really fun is we get to go, well, define fun is that we get to go to Soul Sanctum, which is always exciting to see in a race, because it's such a it can be a bit of a run killer depending on how some of those rooms and fights go.
Yeah, that's definitely the main difference between this and T is Sanctum, and we also do Tyrant later instead of Markov because there's no need
Yes,
for Shade Cloak.
that is true. And also, screw Markov. Okay, so the run is leaving with about a 2-second difference, I believe. I think we have Rix in chat who perhaps will be doing some time splits later. But yeah, leaving King's Path with about a 2-second difference from what I saw. And first thing we're going to be doing is, same as normal route, we're going to head to False Night. And we're going to actually kill False Night because we're eventually going to enter the city through the main gate, which is not actually something you do a lot. So that makes the False Night split just a little bit longer.
It's also for Failed Champ later on, and of course Geo
Yes.
is necessary.
Yes, that's true. One good thing about this run is that the geo routing is nowhere near as tight as some other runs. Oh, April unfortunately missing double spike pogo.
I would actually disagree. Well, the Geo route that I do is fairly tight. It's
Yeah.
not uncomfy, but in early game, if you get Gruz Mother Geo stuck in the ceiling, it could be a problem.
That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
After Shaman, it's not too bad because you can just farm in city.
Yeah, that's the thing. And I was also kind of thinking about, like, because of all that Sanctum and Boss Geo, we get to buy Lantern later on, so we don't have to do Dark Deepness, which is really good. Because I don't think we could actually do Dark Deepness because we'll have to get a Whispering Root in there.
Yeah,
but
route would definitely be interesting if you had to do Darkness and get the Whispering Root. I would enjoy that, but I imagine a lot of people wouldn't.
Is it actually
But
is it possible to activate the Whispering Roots in dark rooms?
yeah, it is.
Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. There you go. That would definitely be an interesting route. I wonder what makes it optimal. I guess it's just easier to do Deepness with the
It's
lights.
actually it's for no eyes. That's why we get Lantern. So
of
this route's
course.
interesting because we get Dive and Lantern, which like is like only a thing in 1xx categories.
Yeah.
It turns out it's just faster to get the Geo for Lantern than do like Shake Cloak and Markov.
Yeah, which makes sense. Especially just kind of with the way the route works. If you're in city, you know, there's a lot of easy geo that you can grab. Let's have a look. Oh, VLS looking to heal during his. Oh, never mind. That was last phase.
Counting
Paying
sub.
attention. Yeah. Both having a pretty good false night fight. Shouldn't be too hard. As long as you don't mess up any of the damage tanks or miss your hits, you should be all good. VLS doesn't forget the geo chest. You love to see that.
Beginning it would be really bad, but yeah.
Yeah. But yeah, no, on the mention of No Eyes, we do get to do a lot of the Dream Warriors, again, because of that essence routing. And a couple of the really interesting fights that we get to do include Fail Champ, as we mentioned before. We also briefly head up to grab Gorb. He's a little bit out of the way, but is kind of the closest routing that we could get. That's also a pretty easy fight once you get to that point. And again, we have No Eyes. We do a couple routes. We do a route in Fungal Wastes. We do a route in Queen's Gardens. And we do a route in Deep Nest. I think that's all three.
It's also the route in Resting Grounds.
Ah, yes. Route in Resting Grounds, which you grab a couple from. And we also do, we fight Galleon as well, which is the last Dream Warrior that we do before heading into the palace itself. All right, so April had a 5-10. So let's see what Rick says in chat. The Vengeful Spirit split. VLS had a 4:29 and April had a 5:10. So they're 41 seconds apart. So from here as normal, we're gonna head to Green Path and we're gonna fight Hornet. Just before Hornet though, we do have to grab Green Path Stag. That's a really important one that you don't want to forget about. Because we have to come back later, and so if you quit out without grabbing that, that's going to be a whole pain later on.
Yeah, that's another difference from trending, say, because in trending we just go through Fog Canyon entrance because we're killing Mamu later. Sorry, Umu later. But in this category, of course, we don't need any dreamers.
Yes.
So we go from Green Path Stag to No Eyes and Deepness.
Yeah, it's quite a cool category. With just the routing because of all the essence, no dreamers. It makes for some really interesting run content.
Yeah, it's a really cool run. A lot of places to die there.
Yes, that is true. Yeah, and that comes with all the kind of boss fights that we do. Especially also if on the rare occasion a runner decides to overcharm failed champ. That one's always interesting to see. Doesn't happen much, but I've seen a couple people do it. I doubt either of these runners will though. VLS makes an easy fireball skip in Green Path. Again, we're running on current patch, so we can't do the one-shot kill on the boulder outside Green Path. So we only do one fireball skip in that early Green Path section instead of two. And VLS gets the other fireball skip up into this room, which is nice to see. A little bit of time saved there.
I'm impressed with VLS so far because a lot of the races in this tournament are actually like Path of Pain AL runners, right? So
Yes.
they don't do full game categories like so that they don't go through early game. But VLS is clearly been practicing, I think.
Yeah. Oh, unfortunate fall from April into that acid there. Yeah, no, VLS has had some really strong movement. I haven't really seen. Well, I'm not going to keep saying that because my record for comms cursing is not great. Oh, and if anyone noticed, we don't actually. Oh, April getting dude pogo. Fun to see. We don't actually kill the Vengefly in this run. In a lot of other runs, we do that for Geo, but we don't need to here just because of the way the routing works.
Yeah, we need 360 by Green Path Stag. VLS has enough as long as he doesn't miss any Grasm on the Geo. He'll be fine. Just because
yeah.
Yeah, we get the early shaman because we do the training chase skip just for early Elder Who.
Which I'm looking forward to watching. Alright, VLS entering Hornet. This should be a pretty clean fight, hopefully, if get some good RNG. So basically, in a lot of these boss fights, what we end up wanting to do is getting doubles, and because basically, if you can get yourself behind one of the characters and shoot a fireball behind them while they're moving, you can actually get 2 hits off from one spell, which is really good damage-wise. But VLS gets on a scary one mask, but manages to make it through, bullying Hornet in that corner, and grabs Mothman Cloak. Meanwhile, April has just grabbed Green Path Stag and will head up to do the same.
Runner's fine on Geo right now. Hopefully we don't see any lost Geo due to Grossmother.
Yeah, hopefully. Especially because we don't have a way of getting it out of the ceiling, because we don't have a floor or anything at this point.
Yeah, that's the worst part about it.
We're missing a shot, but managing to get a double.
Yeah, it can still happen on a current patch. No, it was not. It happened to Staxis in one of the races, but luckily he
Yes,
had
I do
extra
remember
geo.
that. Yeah. April getting a bit more unfortunate RNG, but still manages to get through the fight pretty cleanly. Let's have a quick look at what the split is going to be. As soon as we...
Yeah, we do have the Blue Lake share skip coming up. This one's really cool. Because we don't have claw, so we do some fancy SLs and pogos on the shade. To get up to Blue Lake.
It's super cool and can be quite difficult, especially if you're not very practiced at it.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's one of those tricks that becomes a lot easier once you know how to do it. I guess once you practice it a bit, but it looks really flashy.
Yeah. All right. According to Rick's, at Mothling Cloak, they were 1 minute and 3 seconds apart, so gained a total of, I think, 22 seconds across the green path, whole of green path. So that is Fearless ahead. April remembering to grab Crossroad Stag, which is good to see. Meanwhile, VLS is grabbing Shaman Soul, and like most runs, we're going to be using Shaman Stone, because it just makes our fights easier with better attacks from soul spells. So VLS is starting to set up Shadeskip, and so basically the way True Ending Shadeskip works is very specifically we have to use a damage tank, and then we have to parry our Shades attacked us, and then we do Fireball Pogo, and all of that just to get a bit of extra height because we don't get Mantis Claw before Blue Lake in this route. Wow, nice cleanup from April. You don't actually see that often. That's very nicely done. Oh, VLS misses the first attempt at Shadeskip, but goes back into Solibra to reset.
Yeah, that's one nice thing about the Shadeskip. You can just reset it very easily.
Yeah, which is good.
Nice.
Gets its second try, which is very nice. The only thing you don't want to happen is kill that shade and then not quite get the height, because then you have to go set up the whole thing again.
Yeah, if you kill it or like use your fireballs and don't get up, it's really annoying to reset.
Yeah. But VLS making his way now to go grab Dream now. April about to make his own attempt at Shadeskip. Not before saving Sly though. Alright, let's see how this goes. Hopefully we get both. Oh, sorry.
Lovely.
Yeah. Oh, yes. Remembering to quick Shaman. That's a very important one. Hopefully both runners get it pretty quickly. Oh, April just missing height on that Shadeskip, having to go back and get his shade again.
Yeah, it's really annoying to reset.
Yeah,
I believe
it takes so much longer.
The first fireball was too soon, I think. Also,
yeah, I think so. Nice underplat from VLS.
And
a
really
second underplat from VLS. You love to see that.
The shade's in the wrong spot.
Oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's easy to do by accident. If you're just a little bit too far to the left, the shade's going to spawn up high instead of where you need it to be. Hopefully gets the right spawn this time. There we go. Meanwhile, VLS has just grabbed Dream now.
Oh, Skip, nice.
Yeah, we love to see Skip. Gets to skip all that dialogue. So the next on the list is going to grab Elder Who on the way down to Claw. And Elder Who is one of those fights that has a lot of RNG in it, because Team Cherry love to do that to us. And so can be a bit frustrating depending on how his attacks go. Meanwhile, April's still attempting at Shadeskip. Again, it is for less experienced runners, like myself. It's very, very difficult to get consistently. So I totally understand the kind of struggles that he's having here.
Yeah, it definitely
Shade,
gets some used to.
yeah, the shade really going quite far across just to bully him. You don't not normally see the shade
Oh,
respawn before that. Ugh, another unfortunate miss.
yeah, it's really annoying. It's really annoying to
Yeah.
like reset the huts as
Mm.
well. You gotta like bench and then reset the room.
Yeah.
Bang the right spot this
Uh,
time though.
yeah, that's good. VLS taking a hit in some acid, but otherwise having a pretty good fungal waste drop.
Yeah, the nice thing
Is
about
opting to.
Charm Notch is
Oh yeah.
free heal before
Yes.
Elder.
So opting to take the charm notch, which, as we mentioned before, means that we don't have to overcharm failed champ, which is the way we would prefer to do it. So quick charm notch grab, and that means that we can use all the charms that we want later. And again, gives us that heal before we have to fight Elder Who. All right, hopefully April can get this shade scare. Oh, just misses the height again. He's so close every time.
Yeah, I think the first parry was too slow.
Yeah. Ooh, Vila's taking an unfortunate hit from one of
Yeah,
those
that spog's really annoying.
spores.
I
Yeah.
just I just don't bother hitting it because it's really annoying taking 2 damage before going into Elder Who fight.
Yeah. Already getting some unfortunate RNG with 2 long pancake attacks. 3 long attacks.
Like my
Goodness.
fights.
Yeah. So basically, again with Elder Who, we're able to get lots of really good doubles on him if he gives us the short pancake attacks. But in the case where he gets the long pancake attacks, he completely disappears from the screen and you can't actually get a hit off on
Good
him.
fight.
Yeah, still pretty quick fight. I had about 4 or 5 long pancakes if I remember.
Yeah, it was hitless as well, which is really good.
Yeah, nice to see. Especially with that damage taken just beforehand. Oh, April just missing Shade Skip again. That was
That's
the
rough.
closest so far, I believe.
Yeah, it was really close.
And now we're heading down to Claw. You know, I think it's a shame that we don't do like the Mantis Lords fights in many runs because it's such a fun fight to do. I wish we got to do it more often.
Yeah, there's a few meme categories that do early Mantis Lords, and it's amazing.
Yeah, I like all skills. That's a good category.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, Kronk.
Kronk percent. I know a lot of, I think quite a few of the runners in the Path of Pain tourney do Kronk as well, because the runs are so, well, not that they're so similar, but the problem with Kronk
Nice.
percent is
That's
that
really
there
cool.
is one lever that you have to get in. Oh yeah, nice job, April, getting that skip. There's one lever that you have to get in Path of Pain. So Kronk percent actually ends with running Path of Pain.
Yeah, it's really cool, bro.
Yeah. I will double check what the splits were for Blue Lake as soon as it comes up. But nice job, April, persevering and finally getting that skip. All right, so Blue Lake, we had VLS on 11 minutes 55 seconds, April on 17:34. So they're about 5 minutes and 40 seconds apart. And there was a gap increase of about 4.5 minutes there. So definitely a big time loss. But nothing a timely death later in the run cannot fix. This is one of those runs where it's pretty difficult to call the race this early because you just never know what's going to happen later on. Feel us having a little bit of trouble with the one essence from the root, but grabs
The hitbox
everything.
of the essence can be a bit annoying.
Yeah, they can be a bit jank.
Yeah. Also, if you're wondering what
oh yeah.
April was doing wrong with the shade skip, so I think the first fireball was always too early. So it's a bit weird with the timing because the first fireball timing is different than the second because of parry freeze frames. So you actually didn't need to lay the first fireball like longer than you normally think. And it
Okay,
was always a bit too early. Wasn't getting max height from the parry.
that makes sense.
Yeah.
All right, April grabbing Dream now. While VLS enters city through main gate, as we mentioned before. So next we are going to be heading straight to Sanctum, and doing Soul Master, which is actually one of my favorite fights in the game, personally. Obviously, he can be a bit of a run killer and a bit of a bully, but I personally just love the fight. I'm not good at it though.
Yeah, the fight's definitely the best part about Sanctum.
Yeah, it's
Usually
always
for me, if I actually get to the fight,
yeah.
you know, I'm not gonna die. It's just getting to it, which
Yeah.
is the hard part.
Yeah, that's true. Honestly, getting through Sanctum is more difficult than Soul Master itself.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, Meanwhile, April's going to be heading to Fungal Wastes. They're actually, what's good about this is they clearly have very similar load times because their actual timers are not very far apart. So what we're watching is pretty much mostly in real time for both runners, which is good.
Yeah, I was gonna say that actually. Less than 10 seconds apart on the load list time, which is really cool.
Yeah, it's good to see because you don't have to kind of do the mental math to figure out where things are laying out, which usually tends to be more important later on in the race. Because I've seen times where, you know, one runner will finish, but it's still possible for the other runner to finish before the first runner, which is always confusing.
Pretty clean DLC rooms from VLS.
Yeah, April unfortunately taking a hit in the acid right at the bottom of that fungal waste drop, but otherwise does it pretty cleanly. Nice quick clean of the Soul Twister. Clean kill of the Soul Twister. Oh my gosh. And entering Soul Sanctum. So first thing you're going to do is the fondly dubbed Hellroom Junior, which, is just a tiny room with lots and lots of Soul Twisters who are ready to ruin your run, if you let them. But VLS makes it through pretty cleanly, only taking 1 mask of damage.
Did he actually hit the lever?
Heads back. Did he miss? Oh, missed the lever by accident.
That lever can be a bit jank. Yeah, yeah. This little jank
looks like looks like the hitbox kind of sucks there.
That's happened to me before.
At least make sure to double check.
Yeah, since this is current patch, we can't skip this fight here in that room.
Yes, which is unfortunate.
We do we need the Geo anyway, so
that's true. Fearless on 2 masks of health pretty early into Soul Sanctum. Luckily, we do have all the kind of soul jars around, but this could go badly depending on what. Oh, yeah.
If that
Speak
happens.
of the devil.
This is
I was gonna say depending on the Soul Twister spawns because they will spawn into you. They're not afraid of it. Playing it safe and killing that Twister, which is good to see. You've got plenty of time. Meanwhile, on the right-hand side... Oh, yeah?
We saw a cool 1.5 exclusive elevator skip that VLS just did.
Oh, yeah.
Like a very small time save. Yeah. That's something that Team Cherry changed for whatever reason.
Oh,
I actually didn't know about that one.
1.5. Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, it was cool.
April managing to safely grab Elder Who. I'll have a quick look at what those splits are going to be.
I was about to say some full health, but not anymore.
Yeah. Oh, goodness. That's 2 dives into the acid to avoid the explosions.
That spore can be annoying.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking to cloth.
Ah.
Very nice.
Oh, you love to see that. Cloth, my beloved. All right, Elder Who split. Again, a little bit of time loss from April, just having a bit of a slower fight. They're currently about 6.5 minutes apart. Which again, isn't the be all end all of this run at this point. This can go pretty much anyway still. Vela's having a pretty clean first phase. And we'll be growing to second phase. Generally in this run, Soul Master isn't a super dangerous fight. Most of the runners are pretty practiced at it. What's more of a problem is Soul Tyrant, which we are going to do after grabbing a couple things first. This is a couple shots in that second phase though.
Right after Crystal Peaks, we will get Iki, then Chase Soul, and then Soul Tyrant.
Yes. I wonder if I can't remember. No, April doesn't grab Descending Dark. Descending Dark
is losers round 2.
Descending Dark is something which is not optimal, but can be grabbed if it will make the runner more comfortable in Failed Champ and a couple of those other fights later on. I think it only
really makes a difference for King's modes, especially the last two in Path of Pain.
Yes, that is true. I've many times died to that room.
Yeah.
I think it only adds about 2 minutes, so not too much of a problem, even if it's not optimal. I remember someone in April's last race did grab it. I think that was Cindy, though. I don't think April usually grabs it. VLS not forgetting to grab all the respective geo chest and everything that he needs.
Forgetting the grub, though.
Forgetting the grub. You hate to see that.
No eyes RNG manipulation there.
Yes, of course. He's gonna have a terrible no eyes now. That's where April's gonna catch up. You watch. It's gonna happen. Hopefully we get some grub saves. Maybe one in Crystal Peaks. That might make up for it. We'll see. We'll see if the RNG gods decide.
Might see the one in Deepness as well.
Yes. 3 for 3. We should make it. I'm pretty sure it's the law actually. You have to grab at least one grub in this race. Otherwise, run is invalid. As decided by me right now. April's going to be heading up to city entrance, main gate. Taking some damage from a couple of the mobs going around. But that's alright, because we can take the optional Quirrell bench pretty soon. Meanwhile, VLS is going through this room. God, I hate this room. With, what are they called? Ravas?
Pretty clean room.
They suck. Either way.
We call them Ravas.
Ooh. April taking an unfortunate hit to the acid. Having a little bit of trouble with Pilgrim's Way. Manages to grab the bridge, though. There we go. Meanwhile, VLS is going to be heading to Peaks. And when we're in Peaks, we're going to grab Crystal Heart. We're also going to grab the shop key. It's really important we don't forget that. Because we are going to buy the Elegant Key so that we can get Shade Soul. Because it just makes all the fights so much more comfortable. Oof, everyone is scary. 1 mask of health. Did he not take the Quirrell bench? Oh, no, it's right there. My bad. There's
a hard save there, so dying there wouldn't be the end of the world. You'd respawn at the gate.
Oh, is there? That makes sense.
Yeah.
I guess because we do go through the gate. It does do that, which is good. Alright, let's see how VLS's Crystal Peaks goes. He's had some really impressive movement so far. I hope he goes for like Pogax and a couple of those other things. It'll be fun to see. You never know though. Oh, here we go.
There is some Pogax attempts.
Oh, just misses it. Unfortunate.
Yeah, but too slow. The RNG was good though.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh well. It happens.
I would not go for Bug X in a race. Well, I did,
No?
and then regretted it.
You
I'd
gotta
save
do it for
that
the memes
for
though.
runs. Yeah, I guess so.
Yeah. Nah.
But yeah, I can tell VLS has been practicing.
Yeah, movement. Oh, well, I was about to say movement's really clean. Gets an unfortunate cycle from the God Pixel room. He's
Yeah.
on 2 masks of health. Which isn't. Oh, look, it's okay at this point. Usually you want to do a couple damage tanks later on the way to Crystal Heart, but you know, you can heal here, and you can also do a damageless cycle, so really it's not the end of the world. You just
Yeah,
don't want to die in Crystal Peaks.
Yep, if he's getting D-Duck, it could be an issue, but if he's just saving quitting after Crystal Heart, it'll be fine.
Yeah. April's still on his way to Sanctum. Almost there, though.
Oh,
Oh, grabbing the grub? Grub save? Oh, backs out of it. God, yeah.
That was
that.
was for the soul.
Ah, yeah, that makes sense.
that was a bait though. That was
I
smart because
was so hoping it would be a grub save.
yeah, now I can do the quick kills.
Oh, Fireball underplat from VLS. Very nice. Classy. Having good run through this room too. Really nice cycle.
Oh yeah, did he do the Dream Mount drop? I wasn't watching.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, that was really cool because it lines you up like perfectly to dash.
Yeah. Oh, nice Hellroom Junior from April. Good.
Yeah, it's just killing the spell twisters. Pretty smart. Or soul twisters.
Pretty safe way to do it.
Oh yeah. So not getting any D-Duck.
Nah, I didn't think that he would.
So no death in Crystal Peaks for VLS.
You love to see that. Really do. So VLS is going to be heading to Sly now. So we got to buy Elegant Key. Do we buy? No, you get Lantern later.
We get
Lantern is
when
on the way.
visit Gorb.
Lantern's on the way to Gorb. Yeah. Wow, April's actually having a really clean Sanctum area. Taking his time, obviously, and staying safe, but hasn't taken any hits so far, I don't believe. Let's see how Hellroom goes, though. Yep, as I expected. Actually, that's pretty clean for Hellroom. Grabs the lever just in case he has to come back.
Yeah, not bad. You got through.
3 masks of health. That's
we
pretty good.
We do have to come back. The Tyrant.
Yeah, of course. Yes, we do have to come back. Nice drop from VLS. And let's see how April goes with Soulmaster. Hopefully get some good RNG. Generally, what we don't want is him teleporting all around the place because we want to be able to get off as many hits and doubles as we can.
Yeah. Basically, you want to stagger him on one side of the arena so you can get a free double.
Yeah.
Plus, the dash attack is good for doubles.
Yes, that is true. You basically don't want him to be doing what he just did for that entire segment. So. There you go. Yep. Meanwhile, VLS is on the way to Shade Soul, right?
Yep,
I assume he grabbed Elegant Key. I didn't see.
Yeah. You can't get in here unless you have it. So massive.
Oh yeah, of course. That's after the door, isn't it?
Yep.
Grabs Shade Soul. While April finishes first phase. Oh, Soulmaster. Pretty clean fight too. Didn't take much damage, so good to see. I'll be interested to see what the splits look like after this. I believe April had a bit of time loss, just taking it safely through Sanctum. Meanwhile, VLS is going to be heading up to Soul Tyrant, so probably going to be entering the battle room just as April leaves.
Yeah, this
But
is
April,
good timing.
yeah, finishing off Soulmaster quite nicely. No deaths to Soulmaster this run. We'd love to see that.
Oh, second elevator skip.
It looks really cool, huh? I've never. I guess it must be pretty new. I wonder why they decided to add that. So,
They were trying to fix elevator storage, and it was an accidental um, result, I guess.
oh, that makes sense. VLS's stream seems to have frozen.
Yeah,
I wonder if that's a problem with the stream or just the restream. Either way,
it's unfortunate timing because there's a Soul Tyrant
yeah,
fight is about to start.
yeah, it's I'll just go double check his stream. um, yeah, hopefully, I don't know what I'm hoping for. I don't know what I was going to say there. Let's have a look. Okay, so his stream is going fine. He's actually just entering Soul Tyrant now. So I'm not sure. Oh, there we go. It's been fixed. There you go. Restream's back. We're all good.
Good timing for the restream, just in time to see Soul Tyrant.
Yeah, definitely. Get a good show. Should be a good fight.
Yeah, not many categories actually do Soul Tyrant in the overworld. 106 does, 112 does in him in
Mm,
Pantheons.
yes. Okay.
Um, yeah, but really not many categories do this.
Yeah, and it's a really cool fight as well. Um, it's quite good as an upgraded version. Obviously, he moves so much faster and has a couple more um, spells that when he does his attacks. But generally, if you get some good RNG, it's a pretty quick fight as long as you're safe because we have Shade Soul. And so if you get as many, I believe one double is about 10% of his health. So if you manage to get off all the doubles that you need, it can be a pretty quick fight.
Yeah, especially just a fight where you're searching for doubles.
Yeah. April's struggling
Second
with that
phase can be
Rava
scary
rune.
though.
Yes, second phase can be scary, and you really want a good stagger spawn. Sorry, I'm just watching. April's having some trouble with the
Yep,
room with the
robbery.
Ravas that I mentioned because it does suck, definitely, but manages to make it out. Meanwhile, Velas is doing second phase. Let's see how this goes. Managing to get some hits off.
Pressing up slash. That's good
Oh, very
spawn.
nice low spawn. You love to see that. Just makes it easier to dodge those spells.
Not casting any spells though.
Yeah,
Nail does
interesting.
no damage.
Yeah,
Those spells have been good.
yeah, it would have been good to cast some spells here. Obviously a bit on low health though, so doesn't really want a damage tank, which I understand. Oh, as I say that, this is
That's
scary.
why one shade away from dying if you can get it off.
Yeah. Oh man, this is close. um,
Yeah,
one of the things about these dreamer fights is
yeah,
that
there we go.
you just there we go. You really don't want to die late into them. Dying is, it's not optimal, but it's okay early on because it's so quick to get back in. But what just happened?
He restarted his stream, so he's gonna be looping.
Oh, okay. But at least we know the outcome.
Yeah, he can
we
read
don't we
sweat
don't
more
need to
chat.
panic. Yeah. Meanwhile, April is heading into peaks. Hopefully won't forget. Whew, won't forget Shopkey. And we'll have a clean peaks. Doesn't go for Pogax. Makes sense. Disappointing, but the easier and probably better choice. Yeah, so we're just having um some problems with VLS's stream. Um, he says that OBS had a bit of a crash. Hopefully, this isn't affecting. It
Okay, well, we're
doesn't
back on
seem to actually be
restream.
affecting his run. It's just a problem with the restream. We're back. There we go.
Yeah, we missed Zero Fighter seems, which I know a certain Connor will be appreciative of. Uh,
Interesting. So VLS is heading to Sia now. So this is one of the points in the run. This run isn't super optimized at a couple places. And one of those places is the order in which we go to Sia. So VLS is opting to go to Sia now. And basically what that means is if you go to Sia at this stage, you end up getting an extra relic to sell to Lem. So you don't have to do oh shit, what's her name? The Geo in City of Tears.
oh, Gorgeous Husk.
Gorgeous Husk. I was thinking Elegant Husk, and I was like, no, that's Elegant Key. There we go. If you go to Sia early and you get some relics, you don't have to do Gorgeous Husk with the Geo routing, but it means that you don't have Dreamgate, which is useful kind of if you think that there's a possibility you might die or and need to, teleport back to a particularly difficult part of the run. Ooh. April messing up the cycle room. Yeah. Need to take it a bit safer. Just slipping off that platform. Neither runners went for underplat, which is disappointing, but, what can you do, I guess? I understand. Okay, so now what we're going to be doing is... Oh, no, still?
Okay, so no deduct for April.
Yeah.
Yeah, VLS needs this year. He skipped a journal in
Ah.
Thunder.
Okay. There you go.
So he'll be like 70 geo over what you need.
Okay, that makes sense. Okay. The next is what? Is Broken Vessel next?
Yeah,
did
we
zero,
settled in
right?
quickly.
Yeah, Sodalem and then Broken Vessel.
We'll be going to Basin.
Yes, which is always exciting. Especially with the Broken Vessel, Lost Kin back to back. Which is fun. And hopefully neither runner forgets to grab A, Lost Kin Essence, and B, Wings.
Yeah, it's a lot of time lost if you forget them.
Yeah, it's a lot of time lost. Meanwhile, April is going to grab Shade Soul. Neither runner went to grab Descending Dark. Makes sense again. It's pretty optional and it's not optimal to the route. Yeah. And VLS just leaving Lim. What's really interesting is that the kind of second half of this run gets very, very fast. You do a lot very quickly.
Yeah, especially Dream Warrior after Dream Warrior. And then you go to White Palace and then all that.
Yeah. It's also interesting to note that world record on this patch is a 48, I believe. Which
it's
is
57.
50. Oh, sorry, 58, not 48. I keep saying that. I keep saying 40 instead of 50.
Yeah, it's a fun. But I think
a
Crochet's a 57 now.
57 now. All right, is a 57, which is in about 15 minutes for these runners. So it'll be interesting to see at what point they're at when we get to there. VLS leaving and re-entering that room, which I believe just makes the bench appear faster.
Yeah, VLS is actually way over. And yeah, it makes the bench appear faster.
Yeah. But is heading to Broken Vessel, which is another really fun but also kind of dangerous fight. But should be okay with Shade Soul. First, we've got to head through this kind of gauntlet, though, of all the things. What are they called? I can't
Bollocks.
remember. Molochs. My brain was just saying Markov, and I was like, no, it's not Markov. Yeah, but luckily, we've got Crystal Dash and a couple strats that we can use to get through. Entering, entering Broken Vessel area with like 2 master health though, which is a bit unfortunate. Manages to get trans dash after 3 times.
Opening the shortcut, smart.
Yeah, that's a really good move. And grabbing some soul,
Yes,
allowing
where
himself to
Dream
heal
Wielder
up,
helps
which
a lot.
yeah, but yeah, allowing himself to heal up a bit, which is definitely a good idea before Broken Vessel. Oof, just like Velos was, April is on 1 mask of health in this kind of like tall Soul Twister rune. I don't know
It should
why
be
that
fine.
room isn't also dubbed a Hell room. I personally hate it. So it's a Hell room for me.
Yeah, luckily you get full heal going to Soul Tyrant.
Very true.
Yeah, well both runners fighting dream bosses right now. Oh, not quite a dream boss in VLS.
Probably will be. Velos will be
Yeah.
probably entering
Yeah, in a second.
Lostkin by the time. April not having some great starting RNG from Soul Tyrant. Lots of teleporting around. Meanwhile, Velas has a very clean Broken Vessel.
Yeah, Broken Vessel can be hard.
Broken
Because
Vessel definitely can be hard.
in all skills and like 1x6 we have D-Dark for that fight. This category we just have Stay Soul like in training 1-2-2-1. Also
Yeah,
have
particularly
dive, but
oh yeah.
it's not too great.
Yeah, particularly if the vessel decides to do a lot of those attacks where he spits all that infection upwards, and that can be really difficult to dodge safely. Whereas if we had Descending Dark, we could just use those invincibility frames to keep attacking.
You still can dive, but it's not the best.
It's not super strong.
Yeah.
It's not the fastest way to do it. Again, April having some really not great RNG in Soul Tyrant. But is doing pretty well health-wise, which is good. You wouldn't really want to see a death at this point in the fight.
Yeah, late deaths in Soul Tyrant pretty bad.
Yeah. Very nice.
Clean,
Fearless managing. Yeah. Clean Lostkin. Managed
and gets the
to
death warp. Nice.
death warp out. Always good to see. Just makes that cutscene a little bit faster.
Oh, current patch actually saves a lot of time. Like maybe like 15 seconds, I'll imagine.
Really?
Yeah, it's much more substantial on current patch.
Oh, there you go. I didn't realize it was that much.
Yeah,
VLS
really
not forgetting to take the essence. Also does not forget to grab wings. And what's really interesting is that grabbing wings, there's actually only like 1 jump that you need wings for in White Palace, I believe. Besides Path of Pain itself.
Yeah, that's true.
And so a lot of runs that go into White Palace but don't do Path of Pain still end up needing to grab wings, despite the fact that it's literally only for this 1 jump. Which obviously chucks a big spanner in the routing works. Yeah, bad spawn for April, unfortunate, but he's doing pretty well in second phase.
Nice.
Gets it through quite safely.
That's true.
And a lot faster than VLS's second phase was, if I remember. I'll go have a look at what the splits are for Soul Tyrant. Meanwhile,
last guy's
VLS.
wondering.
Oh, you go. Yeah. VLS is going to be going on this essence grind now. Where first one we got is Failed Champ.
Yeah, Fail Champ can be scary.
Failed Champ can be really scary, and is the whole reason that we grabbed that Charm Notch that we got earlier. I mean, obviously it helps with Broken Vessel Noskin as well, but Failed Champ is really where you need it. And entering Failed Champ. Is April lost?
Hey, maybe lost.
Yeah, just checking the routing.
Nice.
Makes sense. I do it all the time.
Throwing the routes magic glitch. Wow, this is really good from VLS so far.
Yeah.
He got like 3 doubles.
Oof. Yeah, which is really good. Takes a hit,
Should
but
be like
other
one
than
chase
that,
all the way. Yeah, there we go.
very nice, very nice.
Pretty clean.
Takes a heal, which is definitely good because Failed Champ does double damage.
Yeah, you die really quickly.
April heading to Seer, and then we'll be doing Zero and also grabbing Whispering Root in there as well.
Didn't get any triples,
Yeah, wow.
but luckily with Dreamwheel it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah. Still super clean Failed Champ fight though. Has barely taken any damage.
Okay, I should have it here.
Oh. Gets the
yes, getting the
spawn on
high
top of the
spawn.
Dream Barrier. You love to see that.
It's annoying, but luckily he's already got the last phase.
Yeah. There we go. Yeah, really nice, clean fight. Manages to drop skip out of there. I actually don't know what that's called. That's what I've called it. And
It's got a mini death warp.
Mini death warp. There you go. And grabs that essence. And next, VLS will be heading to Gorb, and we'll be grabbing Lantern on the way so that we can go do No Eyes later. Ooh, sorry. Meanwhile, April making nice quick work of Zero. It's a pretty easy fight at this point in the run, just because of the way it's placed in the routing. We get a nice crystal dash on both sides. It's nice to see little moments of sync up from the runners there. And then I'm just going to double check. Let's see. Did we get? I didn't see if we got told what the splits were for end of Soul Tyrant. I don't know if someone else saw it earlier in chat. But
Rex has stopped time giving, but it's probably around 10 minutes difference.
Damn, I wasn't paying attention to times. Did you see what time it was when VLS finished Broken Vessel or any of that?
Unfortunately not.
Yeah, that's
Nice,
alright.
cool.
I'll just notate what Gorb is. We got a 49.23 for Gorb Death. And so I'll keep that in mind for when April gets back there. After Gorb, we head to No Eyes, and that's when that stags that we grabbed before is really useful. So we'll be taking Crossroads Stag into Green Path.
Yeah, this is probably the hardest path to run, I imagine. I guess like Path of Pain is hard, but these runners are really good at Path of Pain. So
Yeah.
I would argue this is the hardest path to run. Green Path into Queen's Gardens into Deepness. We also have QGA here.
Yeah, I'd agree with that. Because most people who do Path of Pain do it. Path of Pain percent do it because they're good at Path of Pain.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a really difficult part of the run because there's a lot of places for time loss.
A lot of
Especially
places to
with
take damage as well.
yeah, a lot of places to take damage as well.
That's where Dream
And
Wielder really helps. At least for me, because you can heal like really quickly with Dream Wielder.
yeah, no, definitely. Otherwise, it's really difficult to get all the soul that you need sometimes.
Yeah, yeah.
But April heading down to Broken Vessel fight, going through the other Rava room, manages to get a nice C-dash through without taking any damage, which is good to see. Sometimes the
Yeah, that one's
Ravas
RNG.
like to spawn, yeah, it's pretty RNG based, and sometimes they like to spawn right in front of you, which is fun. Ooh. VLS heading into No Eyes now. Let's see how not saving the grub earlier affected his RNG. Because that was clearly RNG manipulation.
I should say that I think April's doing a slightly different route with Dreamgate. That some runners have been doing.
Ah, did April grab Dreamgate?
Not yet.
that makes.
That's a really
Oh,
good,
it will be.
really good point.
Oh, sorry.
Headless.
No, you're right. You're right. Yeah, I do believe April grabs Dreamgate if I remember. From the last one that I commentated.
Yeah, it's like a really good fight.
Yeah. Wow. That was an impressive No Eyes. Manages to get really good RNG and finishes her up quickly. So that's
yeah, No Eyes. You
nice
just want doubles, and he got them.
Doubles. That's all we want.
But they're very RNG. Well, they're all RNG.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Our first try base and jump. Nice.
Very
we have
nice.
QGA coming up for VLS, which can be a tough point.
Let's see how this goes. Wow. Oh, never mind. Cancels a little bit too early. Get that dash out. Why?
Oh, he's hitting the very good C dash, but stopping it too early. You can't wings out of it because the acid will just kill you.
Yeah. I believe the old strategy was cancelling early and dashing out, though, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, I think that's what he's trying to do.
That.
Yeah, that's what I do.
Yeah.
He's probably yeah, he's been cancelling it too early. Oh no.
Yeah.
Unfortunate. Broken vessel
Oh
death.
no. That really sucks.
Well, yeah, it does. One of the worst steps you can take if you don't open the shortcut. And
did he open the shortcut?
I don't believe he did. We'll see in a second. Nah, he didn't.
No. Oh man,
Really
that
unfortunate.
sucks.
Yeah.
Probably will open it this time though. That always tends to happen. Yeah, that's really unfortunate. Because it was probably about halfway through the fight too, from what I saw. Meanwhile, on the left, Fearless. Makes QGA. There we go. Didn't take too long on that. I think that was what, like 30 seconds of trying, so that's not too bad. As far as QGAs go. And
yeah,
be
luckily there's that nice there's a nice jellyfish that you can dream now. Also, there's this nice egg you can dream now.
Yes, infinite soul from the egg, very nice.
Again, Dream Wielder, very comfy.
Yeah, very useful. April's going to be going for Trans Dash as well. Gets it as well, very nice.
Opting not to open the shortcut.
Doesn't open the shortcut, alright. I mean, ideally you wouldn't die a second time, but personally, at least if I die once, I'm always just like, well, better, just in case.
There's always a thing, if you actually open the shortcut, then you're not going to die.
That's the thing, isn't it?
Anti-cast.
It's more RNG manipulation. Open the shortcut, better RNG. Ooh. So VLS is also going to be grabbing another route from Queen's Gardens just here, which again is part of that essence routing that we have to do. And then after QG route, we'll be heading down into Deepness to do Deepness route and also grab Galleon.
Yeah, the goal is 1600. So VLS needs 40 more. There's plenty in the deep mist, so it won't be an issue.
Yeah. April doing his fun little strategy of getting wings before doing Lost Kin, which always scares me because I'm always worried he's going to forget to go back and do Lost Kin. Ooh, unfortunate hit from the Mantis there. April does not forget to go back and get Lost Kin though, which is always nice to see. And heads back in. Meanwhile, we've got VLS entering Deep Nest, and this is another one of those points that is not really super optimized, is exactly which essence to grab from Deep Nest, because you don't need all of them. And the order is kind of jank sometimes. So a lot of it is up to the runner themselves, which order they like to take it in. I've seen a cool few routings though. I saw someone, I think it was Sawa maybe, did a really cool routing the other day with some crystal dashes through a bunch of essence, which was fun to see. But we want to leave this room with 1600, so he needs to grab 15 more or so.
April doesn't have Dream Wheeler yet. I'm assuming after he beats Lost Kin, he's gonna go get Dream Game. Plus Dream Wheeler.
Yeah, right. Okay, that would make sense. Yeah, again, that Seer routing is different. I think April normally puts it off so that he can get Dreamgate as well.
Yeah.
Which is especially good for setting it after QGA, so that if you die to Galleon, you don't have to do QGA again.
Yeah. Plus, also you can skip like the no ways going back. Oh.
Yes, that is true.
First try Lost Kin doesn't get a death warp though.
It's unfortunate.
Also, VLS opting for Lifeblood. That's very smart.
Yeah, I think most people opt to take the Lifeblood before Galleon. Galleon's fight again is one that can be a bit frustrating, to say the least, with that spinny attack.
Yeah. Plus, the death here is like probably the worst death apart from King's Molds.
Yeah,
you
really
have to
difficult to get back.
You have to go from like Green Path Stag.
Yeah, it's a long way. It's a very long way, and definitely loses you like 3 minutes, I think, maybe 4.
Yeah,
Can't quite remember.
it's like 3 minutes. But yeah, VLS says 1800 essence, so White Palace shortly.
Yeah, so it was 1600 in Deep Nest because Galleon gives 200. That's correct. Just keeping an eye on what chat is asking. Oh, they're both in both in Hidden Station for a brief period of time.
Let's tag into. Hey, well, we will see some sync up here.
Oh wow!
As they both walk us down.
That's so fun to see. They both go to see you.
For different reasons.
VLS to grab Awoken. Ooh, sorry. VLS to grab Awoken Dream now. Able to grab Dream Wielder, and also will be getting Dream Gate, I believe. And now VLS is going to be heading into White Palace, which means we're right near the end of this run. His PB is actually only about 5 minutes away, so definitely getting right down to the thick of it. Meanwhile, April is about to start the Essence grind, so still has to do Feldchamp, Gorb, No Eyes, QGA, QG Root, Deepness Root, and Galleon. So there's a bit to go there. Doesn't forget to equip Dream Wielder though, which you love to see. Oh, to White Palace we go.
How much time loss is a King's Mold's death? It's depend if you bench at White Palace. If you don't bench in White Palace, it's probably like 3 or 4 minutes. If you do bench, it's maybe more like 2 minutes because you can skip a lot of room 2. I think all of room 2 of Path of Pain.
I believe benching is now optimal in White Palace.
Oh yeah, true. There's a different thing there.
Yeah, because I believe now you actually save a quick walk out of one of the rooms. Ooh, April taking an unfortunate death to Failed Champ. Again, that's a really difficult fight to kind of get all the hits that you need off. Meanwhile, Velas very cleanly takes out that King's Mold. Is heading to White Palace to grab everything we need so that we can enter the Path of Pain. Oof. April struggling again with Failed Champ. Oh, yep. Takes another death.
Being Billy.
That's really rough. Really rough. Luckily, it doesn't. You don't have to go too far away because you just spawn right outside of all the dream fights. But still, is a lot of time lost because it's quite. Failed Champ has quite a lot of health. So it's quite a long fight, especially if you die later on.
Yeah, if you die in the first phase, it's fairly quick.
Oof. Really getting bullied though by Failed Champ. Failed Champ opting to jump all the way across the screen just to get off those 2 hits of damage. Villa's having pretty clean movement through White Palace though. Clearly very practiced at this section. Let's see how this skip goes. First try, very nice. Really goes to show, how good these runners are at their movement, especially in areas so difficult as this. Oof. April kind of getting backed into a bit of a corner by Failed Champ, which is really unfortunate. Nice dodge though. Oh, misses a Shade Soul. That's going to hurt. Oof, and another death. That's really unfortunate. Still, keeps trying. He's going to get there eventually. I really love seeing all the optimization of the routing through White Palace, because it's really cool to see the difference between how you do it when you've never seen it before and how people who know what they're actually doing do it.
Yeah,
there's so many places that you can there's so many places where you can skip segments. It's really, really cool.
It's funny because I don't even know how to do half of White Palace because I've never seen it. I just do the skips.
Yeah, that's that's true actually. I've only done all of White Palace once, I think, which was in my first ever run. And I don't remember most of it.
Second stagger for April.
Very nice.
Okay, if you can get one dream nail off, we should be fine. Oh, it misses the Shade Soul though. Okay.
Ooh, okay.
Quite close there.
Ops to heal here. Yeah, you really don't want to die at that point.
Yeah. The only thing that can go wrong is getting sniped by a rock.
Yep. Good old rock slap.
Velos and
Meanwhile,
Path of Pain.
VLS in Path of Pain. Here we go. Let's see how first room goes. First room is actually one of the most difficult rooms in Path of Pain. Second only, obviously, to last room.
I actually find room 2 the hardest.
Really? I
Yeah.
hate last room with such a passion. I really, really hate it. April finally manages to finish off Failed Champ. Very nice. Yeah, no, I deeply hate last room. It's like a fun room. The movement is fun, but it's so difficult. And it always takes me like 4 times the length of the rest of Path of Pain. To be fair, I'm not very good at Path of Pain though, so. But April's going to be grabbing Lantern and then heading to Gorb, and then we can get a split comparison because I did write down the Gorb time.
VLS can't PB. His PB's a 103.59. So he'll be like a minute and a half off, maybe. Still very good for a race.
Yeah, especially because in races there's a lot of race pressure and it tends to make people's movements and, you know, they just make a lot more mistakes. But Fearless's movement has been super clean.
Spawn skip?
Oh,
I respect the
almost.
attempt.
I respect that. Yeah, no, Fearless's movement throughout pretty much all of the game has been very, very clean.
Actually, is he deathless? I believe so.
Yeah, he is deathless so far.
Yeah, very impressive for race, especially in this category. There's a lot of places you can die in this category.
Yeah, absolutely. Even for, you know, super experienced runners. Goes for Thornskip again. Grabs it. Time. Very nice. Okay. Meanwhile, April grabs Gorb at 106.33. And so, for anyone curious, currently they are about 17 minutes apart. So April is about 17 minutes behind VLS. As VLS enters last room. Let's see how this goes. I just cannot get good at last room. I can't do it.
Yeah. The thing about last room is, like, if you dunk at the end, it's a lot of time loss compared to all the other rooms.
Yeah.
Also, I should note that, like, the loadout they have for Path of Pain, ILs is much different than what we have here. Like, they have Mark of Pride and Sharp Shadow Dash Master.
Yeah, the loadout in this run is not ideal for completing Path of Pain well, but we just don't have the time to collect what we want. Yeah, and also really, what's really, really bad is if you die to the King's Molds just after this, which I have done on many occasions.
Yeah, without DDAC, it's very possible.
Yeah.
Hopefully you won't see that.
Yeah, I hope so. But otherwise, this race could, well, April could finish. Sorry, not April. Goodness. Ugh. VLS could finish any minute now, which is very exciting. Meanwhile, April is entering No Eyes. Hopefully get some good RNG just like VLS did. But we'll see how this goes.
April Dream Game. I wasn't watching.
I didn't see. I was kind of watching VLS's movement. Goes back to reset that room. Yeah, he's going to need to heal a lot before attempting No Eyes.
Yeah, you want to be full.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, King's Molds time.
Exit to the King's Molds. Let's see how this goes. Hopefully goes well.
Yeah, he's got them on one side. This is good.
Yeah, that's what you want to do.
That's basically the goal with a fight. It makes it much easier and gets it
very nice.
So GG for VLS.
Big GG's to VLS. That's a really good time. We'll see what the official time is in a second. Meanwhile, April also making relatively quick work of No Eyes. Took some more damage than VLS did, but overall not having too bad a time with it. And that's a 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 38 seconds for VLS. Very nice. Big GG's.
That's a good run. No deaths.
Yeah, only around just under 5 minutes behind his PB time. So that's really good. Yeah, big GG's. Good job for both runners as well, especially April, as April goes through to finish the rest of this race. We'll see what the official time is in a second. Froze for a second there. Probably try to remember what the routing is. Quick work of No Eyes. Took some more damage than VLS did, but overall just healing up. There we go. Having too bad a time with it. And that's a 1 hour, 8 minutes, and 38 seconds for VLS. Very nice. Big GG's.
That's a good run. No deaths.
Go. Yeah. And preparing to head down to do UGA.
But he's trying to find a. Oh yeah, there we go.
There we go.
Trying to find a jellyfish to dream now.
Right. Let's see how April's UGA goes. Has a little bit of room for time save here if he gets it faster than VLS did. Pretty good first attempt. Just slipped off right at the end. It doesn't set a dream gate.
He did dream gate in the room before.
Oh, in the room before? Okay.
Yeah.
Nice. I just didn't notice.
He's trying to find a. Oh yeah, there we go. Even with dream gate, you don't really want to die because you need one more essence. It's
yeah,
not too big of a deal. But
Let's see how April's UGA goes. No, you're right.
it can be a problem. Especially if you have exactly 1600 and then died a galleon. You need to find one more somewhere. Oh.
Yeah, that's
Jumps into a
no.
jellyfish. Well,
That's
luckily
luckily not very
April
far
has
away.
a dream gate, yeah.
Yeah. It doesn't set a dream gate.
He did dream gate in the room before.
Oh, in the room before. VLS just parkouring around. I just didn't notice. Yeah, I'm personally not very good at UGA skip either. It can be a bit difficult.
It's very hard to skip.
Yeah. It's very, very tight, very specific on where you need to go. No, you're right.
It can be a problem. Especially if you have exactly 1600 and then died a galleon. You need to find one more somewhere. Oh.
Yeah, that's
Jumps into a jellyfish. Well, luckily
not very far
April
away.
has a dream gate, yeah.
Yeah. Quite lucky that all these jellies are out here so that we can grab soul for this.
Yeah.
Would be unfortunate if it was next to a room where we didn't have anything to grab soul from.
It's very hard to skip.
Yeah. It's very, very tight, very specific on where you need to go. Ooh, close on that one. Hey, there we go.
Nice.
Setting a nice dream gate behind. Definitely something you want to do.
Yeah.
Hopefully it doesn't. Oh, we'll probably won't forget to grab that extra essence later because we'll just be watching the essence counter. The problem is more if you die to Galleon and have to grab more essence. Not forgetting to do that.
Again, we'll see this egg being used.
Yeah,
very handy egg.
And that's very handy. Allowing you to pretty much get infinite soul just by dream nailing it.
Oh yeah, another difference between this and trending is In training, you have shake cloak, so you can skip QGA. It's optional. Unfortunately, in this run we don't have that option.
Yeah, that's true.
Technically, you could go around through deepness, but it would be incredibly slow because you need the Queen's Gardens route anyway.
Yeah, it just takes a lot longer.
Again, we'll see this egg being used.
Yeah, April should be heading to grab QG route, deepest route, and then Galleon. So getting pretty close to heading into White Palace. I don't believe April is on PB pace from memory. But we'll be pretty close. So I guess we'll just see what happens.
Technically, you could go around through deepness, but it would be incredibly slow because you need
some nice clean movements through this room though. It can be pretty unfortunate if you just misclick somewhere and hit some spikes or hit a bug at some point. Yeah, April should be heading to grab QG route. Also gets pretty cleanly through the. Oh, never mind.
That's a comms curse and a half.
Yeah, to be fair, I think we've barely comms cursed at all this race.
Yeah,
I think maybe
I would
one
agree.
instance. We've done pretty well. My last place was a lot worse than this. But yeah, going into Deep Nest. To grab that essence. Whew. Goodness. Be interesting to see which essence route April chooses to take. I believe his is quite similar to what VLS did actually, from memory. Also gets pretty cleanly through the. Oh, never mind.
That's a comms curse and a half.
Yeah, to be fair, I think we've. It'll also be interesting to see how Galleon goes. If I remember, we've done pretty well. April died a couple times to Galleon, or at least once to Galleon last time. If I remember correctly.
Oh, I think we might be seeing grub save.
Oh, grub save, grub save.
Yep.
Yay! Clearly, that's because it's clearly manipulating the Galleon RNG for a better fight. Quite obvious.
What does April need to do? Basically get 1600 essence here and then kill Galleon for the last 200.
Yeah, and then can head into White Palace to do all that fun platforming. Oof, getting a little bit chased by all these little spiders. Ooh, uses them for some good heals though, which is always good to see, especially if we're going to go up to Galleon soon.
Can't plug off them though.
No, that is unfortunate.
Yeah, gotta go around.
Is there a dash spot there? Oh, I guess not.
What does April need to do? Actually, I have no clue, but I've never seen that,
Yeah.
so I'm guessing not.
I don't know. Yeah. Again, you can see how useful Dream Wielder is here.
Yeah.
It just allows you to get soul from all the so much easier. It's 2 more. Very nice. All right. Yeah. So April can head into Galleon now. Yeah.
Yeah, this one basically means if you set a dream game before Galleon then die, it won't be an issue. Unless you die again, but you'd hope you wouldn't.
Yeah. But in that case, you can just go grab more afterwards.
True, it's would be very slow because you'd have to climb the whole room to get to the dream tree.
Yeah, yeah. I assume we'll probably grab the lifeblood as well before the Galleon fight. It would be the smart thing to do at least.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, looks like it.
Yeah. Very nice. All right. Yeah. So April can head.
I'll get one more as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, this one basically means if you set a dream game before Galleon then die, it won't be an issue.
There we go. So it's a nice dream gate, so it has a good safety net in case anything goes wrong with Galleon. But Hopefully it won't.
True, it's will be very slow. Because you'd have to climb the whole room to get to the tree.
Again, Gallon can be a bit of a bully.
Got a nice double then.
Nice clean fight though.
Yeah.
Very nicely done. All right, and now we head into White Palace. So that's going to be fun to watch. See how that goes. Meanwhile, VLS is just sitting on the king's throne on the left-hand side, just vibing. Again, Gallon can be a bit of a bully.
Got a nice double then.
Does need to grab Awoken Dream now first from Sia. It shouldn't take too long. All right, and now we head into White Palace. So that's going to be fun to watch. See how that goes. Meanwhile, VLS is just sitting. Oh, it seems like we've got people in chat are saying that there's sound problems. Oh, okay. I think they can just hear because April's listening to this stream as they're running. So I think people can. They're just saying that they can hear it a little bit. But April entering White Palace now, and should be getting through these King's molds. Well, King's mold singular. Yep, very nicely. And he's going to start the platforming. I think generally a lot of these runners are a lot more confident with the White Palace and Path of Pain segments than they are than the rest of the run, which is kind of a funny concept, but it's because so many of them just run the Path of Pain separately. I do know that April said to me that they haven't run all of Path of Pain percent since their last race. So makes sense with some of just the unfortunate deaths and things like that he's taken.
Yeah.
Gets through this King mode very nicely though. Whew. I don't know the White Palace route very well at all. It can be quite a confusing place. Bit of a maze.
Yeah. If you haven't watched it, it's definitely a bit confusing.
Yeah. Grab some soul from the I don't know, court subjects? I'm not sure what those bugs are called. The royals? I don't know.
Servants? I'm not sure either.
Servants? I have heard that one actually. Oof, that's unfortunate. Crystal dashes into one of the saw blades. Ooh, and misses the wall cling too. Hate to see that. People having a little bit of trouble with this room. Obviously the saw blades are frustrating to kind of just deal with. I don't know why this guy had to put so many inside his palace. Ooh, very nicely. Just scrapes off. Oh, never mind. I was
Yeah, this
just gonna
room's a bit
say,
odd because on the left side you can fit between the saw and the wall.
but you can't on the right side.
Yeah, you can't on the right side.
Oh, okay. There you go. I didn't know that. Yeah, I guess you can actually just like looking at it see that there's a bit of a bigger gap there. See how this skip goes. Oh, first try as well. Very nice. Manages to make it through that room very cleanly.
Luckily, we have dive, so we can skip that part.
Yes.
And admittedly, I have no idea how to do that section there.
Yeah, I can't remember what it looks like, I'm gonna be honest. I do love that there's so many skips inside what you would think they would not put any skips in. Like you'd think that they wouldn't want to put skips in the platforming section, but there you go. It's fun for us.
Yeah.
Ooh, nice. Nice movement there. Takes a dive into the spikes. That's alright, has enough soul to heal off if necessary, but should be able to make it up this climb pretty easily. Or maybe I'm just gonna curse him, who knows. Struggling with this room, hopefully doesn't die.
Yeah, definitely
Pretty
annoying.
oof. I mean, we just came from a bench, but still, you don't really want to die at all in White Palace. Yeah, wow. That's unfortunate.
Yeah.
Luckily, he wasn't too far away. You can get back in there pretty quickly. This room isn't particularly difficult either. There we go. Getting back nicely. And getting it first try. Very nice. Sometimes a little death is all you need to make yourself play better.
Those were some nice snake jumps. Fortunately taking a dunk right at the end though.
Yeah.
Getting soul to it.
Goes to grab some soul, which is probably smart. And also leaves the room to kind of reset that cycle. White House is very cycle based, so you want to make sure you can get everything in the right time. This room in particular is quite tricky to get the timing correctly because you pretty much have to go straight from when you enter.
Yeah, those nice snake jumps.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's also a bit load dependent on current batch.
Yeah, that's true.
Luckily,
That's
April
true.
can do it.
Yeah, April seems to have pretty good load times. Lucky doing well. Grabbing that lever, save quitting out, which is a recent change that is more optimal than it used to be, with just kind of going straight through.
So, I'm a bit confused by that change. Is it just for Path of Pain percent, or is that like every category that does White Palace wants to do that?
I'm unsure. I have only seen it in the context of Path of Pain percent, but to be fair, that's kind of all I've been watching lately. So I couldn't answer that for you. I would assume. Oh yeah, I'm not sure. I don't know the routing of all of White Palace to confidently tell you. I just know it's good for entering Path of Pain quickly. But a nice. Oh, never mind. Whoops. That's my
Instead of
fault.
comes first.
Sorry, April. I was gonna say really nice first room, but that's my bad.
Yeah, that dunk was probably due to like sharp shadow muscle memory.
Yeah,
Expecting the dash to be longer.
that's the thing, right? Being really used to that IL build. Yeah, people saying that was one of the quickest curses they've ever seen. Yeah, that's my bad. No, people talking in chat. Yeah, both of these players are really, really strong runners. Getting path of pain percent even in like an hour and 40 minutes is really, really difficult to do. It's just also very easy in races to kind of choke under race pressure, and I've seen a lot of really good runners make mistakes that they wouldn't normally make just because they're in a race and they're being streamed like that.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure oh, who was it? Is it Staxis that has world record?
It's Kuroshi right now.
Kuroshi. I remember a race that I watched with Kuroshi, was on pace to PB and then died overcharmed to failed champ. So like yeah, it happens to every runner.
Yeah.
And both have done a really good job in this race. Honestly, only what was it, 2 deaths? 3 deaths. Even that's a really quite a low count for path of pain percent. I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, I'm trying to remember.
I think it was either 2
There's
or 3 deaths.
there's one to Broken Vessel.
Oh,
And
there
two
was
to
2. Yeah.
failed champ, I believe.
Yeah. That sounds about right. Very nice skip under there, under the wing
Yeah, just
swells.
shade skip deaths count.
I don't count them. I mean, technically, yes, they are deaths, but it's on purpose, so does it really count? Oof, nice save there from April. And then immediately straight into a saw blade. Goodness, we were going so well. We were going so well. We got like almost an hour and a half into the race without any bad comms cursing. Go, but getting through that room nicely. And coming up onto last room. Let's see how this one goes. I don't know why I find last room so difficult.
It's probably the most difficult.
Yeah,
It's quite
just
long.
because like, yeah, I guess it's really a long way to go without having anywhere to pause or land properly.
Plus the last dash wings can be quite annoying.
Yeah, that's true. Dashing under that saw blade and also dashing through into the spike tunnel can be difficult. It's good that we have this soul totem here though. Otherwise, it would be near impossible, for me at least.
Yeah.
Very nice movement there.
Nice.
Oh,
It's that
very
fast cycle.
nicely gets through. That was a really quick last room too. Only about, I think, 4 or 5 tries.
Hopefully not a Death King's mob.
Oh, there we go. Very nice.
GG.
GG's to April. Really good run. Only, again, like 6 minutes. No. 4 minutes behind, 4.5 minutes behind PB. Which is really, really good. Another really close run.
Yeah, basically the same difference for each of them in terms of PBs.
Yeah, which is super impressive. both of them running really, really well today. Yeah, everyone's saying they had a brief heart attack at that room. But no, I'll just jump into the Discord and see if people want to do interviews. I believe VLS said that he couldn't do interviews before, but I'll double check with April. Yeah, I'll quickly ask and see if they would like to come in to do interviews. But yeah, that was a really clean run, pretty much from both runners. They both did very good jobs. April says he would like to do the interviews, so we'll be entering in a second. Hello! Hey, April.
Hello.
Hey, boom.
Congratulations!
Thanks. Oh, wait a second. I think I have audio issues. Give me a sec.
Oh. And has disappeared. He'll be back in a second. Meanwhile, again, good job to... Oh, here we go.
Yeah, you're good. I
You
got
back?
everything fixed. Yeah.
There we
Sorry for that.
go. That's all right. Hey, congrats on the run, man. Good job.
Yeah, I didn't PB. I actually I hope to PB, but I guess I can't always PB without practice.
Oh yeah.
You were very
Yeah.
close though. Only about 4.5 minutes behind.
Yeah, I mean, it actually was a pretty good Path of Pain. I'm pretty happy with the Path of Pain mostly.
Yeah, very quick last room. Really
But
impressive.
I'm kind of salty because of the the failed champ deaths, because the failed champ deaths are like, if I hadn't died there, I think 4 times unnecessarily, I would have actually like gotten back into the lead, and because I died there so often, I actually lost all my lead that I had there going into the fight. And then I guess I don't know how I lost like 4 minutes at Galeon, but I somehow managed to lose 4 minutes at Galeon, so that was, well,
Man, it happens to the best of us.
I guess it was just a very bad whispering route, because I shot like all the Weaverlings. But yeah,
Yeah.
I didn't want to take
Oh,
any
yeah.
Did
risks.
say that. But
And then I
hey,
had
you
to, like,
saved the
get back.
grub. You
Yeah.
saved the grub, and that's what matters.
I also forgot to save the grub in city. Like, I only went back there for soul, and then I was like, I should have saved the grub. But yeah, I always save the
Ah,
deepness grub.
That's nice. That's a little fun thing to add.
Yeah.
But honestly, that was other than the deaths to failed champ, that was a very, very clean run. You must be
Thanks.
pretty happy with your movement.
Actually, my movement last time was way better, but I did get the first firewall skipping green path, and there were some nice sections. I guess I was just kind of, I made many mistakes, like many just stupid mistakes. I guess I always do, but this time it was like way worse than usually. Also, sorry
I think
about the
everyone
audio.
does that in races.
I-
Oh, that's okay.
I thought I had separated like the restream audio from the game audio, but for some reason, like, I actually checked in the beginning and it worked, but it must have switched back like during the stream for some reason. So yeah, sorry about that. Oh well.
It's all right. It was only for a little bit and it got fixed, so it's all good.
Oh. Also, GG VLS if you're still in chat. Hope you recover soon. And yeah, great run. I didn't watch the restream because for some reason it was lagging out my game to have like the player open, so I had to minimize it. But I did hear the commentary. It was about like 3 minutes late, but still, like, I heard
Very nice.
VLS had a deathless run, so that's pretty fuck. So
Yeah, really good.
Also-
Was
great time. I think I can't see because the
yeah, so
stream's
he
low.
got a 108 38. So was also
that's amazing.
about 4.5 minutes behind his PB as well. So you guys both kind of played the exact same relatively,
Yeah.
which is really cool to see. But yeah, did you have a favorite part of that run?
Not the shade skip. The shade skip was really poor. I
Yeah,
think
that was unlucky.
I think
That
that
was
was the
really
worst.
unlucky.
That was on par with like me learning through ending shade skip. That's how many attempts I took there.
That's impressive for learning to running shade skip, I gotta say. If that's
Well,
what it was like.
yeah, that's about what it was like. I mean, do remember I only played like Path of Pain for most of my speedrunning career, and then a little bit of all skills. So like, I did have some movement practice, but like, yeah, I'm not very good at full game runs, to be honest.
Yeah.
can't
No,
be
we
Yeah, yeah.
pretend.
We've talked about because most of you guys are pure Path of Pain runners
Yeah,
rather than whole race runners.
actually shooting for 217 at the moment, and I got really close a couple of times, but always choke in like the third or last room. Oh well, it's gonna happen one of these days.
You'll get there. That's pretty cool.
Also, I'll finish my casual playthrough after 2.5 years this week. Just
Oh, very nice.
shameless self plug. Yeah, I have held on to this last achievement, Embrace the Void. Do you know how hard it is not to get spoiled for 2.5 years about the ending?
Oh,
I
yeah.
didn't watch the ending yet.
You haven't watched it yet?
I haven't watched the end. I don't even know what happens in the
Wow.
cutscene. I just know there's a cutscene, and I have always successfully avoided watching or listening to it. So
That's impressive, dude.
I'm looking forward to that. But yeah, that's since I'm out of the tourney now, I at least have time for like casual speedrunning, which I'm kind of happy about. Although it's
Yeah,
sad,
wow.
it's sad to like leave this already because it was so much fun. I really had a blast running in this tournament. So I wouldn't mind like having some rematches with some of the people who also dropped out. Hint, hint. If anyone if anyone wants to race me, I'd be
Listen,
happy.
now if I eventually finish properly learning how to do the route, I will race you.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, I will look
And you
forward
will
to
win.
that. Maybe. If I have the same fail champ at this time, then you probably have a good chance at beating me.
For people asking in chat, VLS just had to go because he's a little bit sick, so needed to get some rest.
Yeah.
Um,
Did you have a favorite part of like comms cursing me?
oh my god, dude, we got so far, like we were so far in before the comms cursing started, and then it was right when you started doing Path of Pain.
Also,
Yeah.
Anyways,
I'm
that's
really
a really
happy.
good run.
I'm really happy that I managed to do a clutch Path of Pain at the end there with one mask, because that's always more content when you die, when you almost
Oh,
die
yeah.
to beast modes. I was like, am I actually gonna die here? That would be kind of
It would be
But
pretty
nah, you
bad.
did both runners. You guys both did a really good job. So big congratulations to both of you for
Thanks.
finishing this tourney. We're
Yeah.
probably going to finish stream now. So thank you for everyone who tuned in to watch the race and come support the races.
Also, we are only like missing one race now from like I think winners semifinals, is it? I think it's like Shy versus Dist, so that's
Yep.
Yes. So keep your eyes out for some exciting winners brackets races. And check out the tourney details because there are going to be some more races coming up soon. So yeah, big thanks again. And also thank you to Glove for restreaming for us.
Yeah, and thanks everyone for watching, and thanks to Quarto and Gem for commentating, and both getting up at ungodly hours in order to commentate. Much
I apologize
appreciated.
for all the yawning I was doing.
No, I don't think it was much of a problem at all.
Yeah.
All
All right.
Yeah,
Thank you everyone for watching.
Thanks for watching, and have a nice day. And yeah, you can end the stream.